What's happening, y'all? I got this whistle from Nelson Whistles about a month or so ago. This is a high G whistle, and I think my quote was nightmare fuel because my fingers just simply don't fit. And I mentioned that in the video, and they were kind enough to send me this one, which is a D whistle. So we'll see how it compares, see if it's a little bit more fitted to my hand, a little bit more playable in that regard. Let's check it out. Well, it's definitely a lot softer. It's a lot similar, more similar to a traditional Clark whistle, without the excessive breathiness, which is a real win in my opinion. A lot of folks really like that sound, that sort of softer, less shrilly, less harsh kind of sound that you get from an old school Clark. But the trade-off with that is that they just take a lot of air. Whereas this is not the case with the Nelson here. The mouthpiece is very similar to what you'd expect from, you know, Generation or any of those type of styles as far as the control of it, without a lot of that lost air that you get out of the Clarks. But it's still got that sort of rounder, softer sound that you get with those, which is kind of cool. The main question for me was, can I play it? Do my fingers fit on it? And the answer, of course, is yes. The D whistle spacing is pretty similar to what you'd expect from any other whistle. Now this one is, the diameter of the whistle, it's bigger. It's much larger than you'd get from something like a Generation or a Fadog, which may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing, depends on how your hands are, I guess, and what you're used to, but it feels very comfortable to me, having a slightly larger diameter here to play. It feels like I'm not going to drop. Now, my other main gripe with the high G whistle that I played before was that the intonation was off. It wasn't in tune with itself. Let's check the same thing on the D whistle. I've got this tuner app that I've used a few times before, and I'll pop that up on the screen so we can see how we're doing, but let's just check intonation here. Oops, C sharp. Okay, well, there's my fault there. Let's see if we can adjust this a bit. Hit D. Well, it comes right in at C sharp, which is a bit of a concern because this was supposed to be a D whistle. Let's see how it is in tune with itself anyway. Well, it's in tune with itself, but it's in C sharp and not D. Personally, I don't have much need for a C sharp whistle. It's not used in Irish music, and it's not really used in the stuff that I play with the band, either C sharp or F sharp. Yeah, I don't really play F sharp major at all, so it wouldn't really have any value as far as a C sharp whistle in the type of music that I play. If you have need for it, it'd be cool. The bigger concern is, again, this is supposed to be a D. So the intonation issue seems to still be there. That needs to be resolved, I would say, if these are meant to be a professional type of an instrument. But again, if you're just looking for something to mess about around the house and you like that softer sound, maybe you've got kids, maybe you've got pets that don't like the shrill sound, I think there's some value to it there. And in my opinion anyway, if you can sort out the intonation issues, this is a real viable product. You know, it's interesting. It's copper, which is unusual. The diameter is unusual, which is kind of cool. The design is unusual, also cool. So I think there's definitely something to be had here once the intonation is sorted out. That's my take anyway. Y'all let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.